Welcome everyone to quiz class. Today we have 100 questions on general knowledge. So let's get ready with question number 1. Where was the origin of the COVID-19 virus? In London, UK, in Wuhan, China, or in Milan, Italy? In Wuhan, China. What happened on the Bikini Atoll? They held the first Miss Universe contest there. The US harvested tons of iguana droppings there, or the US detonated nuclear weapons there. They tested nuclear weapons there. Which brand of bottled water was the woman who photobombed the Golden Globe ceremony selling in 2019? Fiji water, Perrier, or Dasani? Fiji water. Which foods feed the brain and boost your memory? Refined carbs, sugary drinks and alcohol, nuts, seeds, fatty fish and blueberries, or artificial trans fats like margarine and shortening? Nuts, seeds, fatty fish, and blueberries. What did actor Will Smith do at the 2022 Oscar Awards ceremony after the host Chris Rock made fun of Will's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith? He slapped Chris Rock, he slapped Jada Pinkett, or he laughed uproariously? He slapped Chris Rock. That should be Chris Rock. What do you gain from drinking 2 cups of coffee daily? A nasty headache when you miss your Java, mental agility and a lower risk of a heart attack, or the urge to visit the bathroom? Mental agility and a lower risk of a heart attack. Where in the world was the herdsman who observed that his goats became animated after chewing on a coffee bush? In Ethiopia, in Indonesia, or in the United States? In Ethiopia. Which Hebrew word means decent or on the up and up? All right, good, or mensch? Mensch. How many rings were fashioned into existence in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? 4, 3, or 1? 3. How many pages is the choir in a counter book? 200 pages, 40 pages, or 24 pages? 24 pages. At what temperature does water freeze? 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or 32 degrees Fahrenheit? 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Who is an Antifa? A war veteran, an anti-fascist, or a gang member? An anti-fascist. How did kittens know that it is their own mama cat who is calling them and not any other queen? Each queen's call is unique. Their mama has trained them to identify her call, or they respond to all queens when they call. Each queen's call is unique. What is the name of these types of plastics that cannot be broken down and are found in our bodies and the environment? Recyclable plastics, forever chemicals plastics, or biodegradable plastics? Forever chemicals plastics. What is a tactic used to make someone question their memory and their judgment? Gaslighting, the third degree, or torture. Gaslighting. Which mind-bending 2017 German language TV series used wormholes in caves for time travel? Light, Dark, or Inception? Dark. What does "like a cat on a hot tin roof" mean? Cats fighting on the roof, extremely nervous, or dancing around? Extremely nervous. What creature was Gollum before his mind and body wilted away into a core of all-consuming hunger for his precious ring? A elven prince, a stoorish hobbit, or a troll? A stoorish hobbit. What is the name of this self-defense system developed for the Israel Defense Forces? Krav Maga, Krav Magana, or Karate? Krav Maga. Which efficient street escape and evasion system developed for French soldiers uses jumps and vaults in urban settings? On the trot, vector, or parkour? Parkour. What does the German word Schadenfreude mean? An elaborate con, the malicious feeling at someone else's bad luck, or an intense feeling of humiliation? The malicious feeling at someone else's bad luck. Where was the fearless girl statue moved to after standing defiantly before the charging bull statue? Bowling Green near Wall Street, Broad Street across the New York Stock Exchange, or Crosby Street, Soho? Broad Street across the New York Stock Exchange. What had been unearthed about the UK Home Office during the 2018 Windrush scandal? They deported detained Windrush Jen, they'd been resettling illegal aliens, or they'd done nothing wrong. They deported detained Windrush Jen. Where is the underwater resort where you can dine, sleep, or even marry while surrounded by the sea? At the Burj Al Arab Hotel Dubai, the Poseidon Mysterious Island in Fiji, or the Aquarium Rest in Texas? The Poseidon Mysterious Island in Fiji. What is the origin of Boxing Day on the Christian calendar? The Lord and his family wait upon the servants, a special boxing match, or for giving of gifts to servants and the poor? For giving gifts to servants and the poor. Which Roman god faces both forwards to the new year and backwards to the previous one? Janus, January, or December? Janus. Which Roman figures had months of the calendar named after them? Mars and Aprilis, Maya and Juno, or Julius and Augustus? Julius and Augustus. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Judge Doom, Jessica Rabbit, or Lieutenant Santino? Judge Doom. In the Survivor TV series, what does Maxim mean when the result of the secret ballot stands? The tribe has voted, the tribe has chosen, or the tribe has spoken? The tribe has spoken. In Edgar Allan Poe's Gothic horror, The Fall of the House of Usher. What caused Roderick's state of mind? A curse, a vampire, or madness? Madness. Who was that cunning, colossal sperm whale that Captain Ahab of the Pequod battled for 3 days at sea? Gojira, Moby Dick, or Nessie? Moby Dick. What name do fans of singer Beyoncé call themselves? The Bees, the Bee Stings, or the Beehives? The Beehives, or the Beehive. What was the name of the orca that attacked a trainer at SeaWorld theme park in Orlando, Florida? Keto, Sachi, or Tilikum? Tilikum. Why have all gondolas in Venice, other than those of high-ranking officials, been needed to be painted in 6 coats of black paint? To curb competition, to give a uniform look, or black absorbs heat and remains cool? To curb competition between rich owners. Who said the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed? Nelson Mandela, South African Steve Biko, or South African Winnie Mandela? South African Steve Biko. What are the downsides to a LAN network? Slower speeds and higher setup costs, distance limitations, or security maintenance and limited coverage? Security maintenance and limited coverage. Which is the driest place on Earth with no rainfall, ice, or snow? Wadi Halfa, Sudan, the Atacama Desert in Chile and Peru, or in Antarctica, McMurdo's dry valleys? Antarctica, McMurdo's dry valleys. What does the word Antarctica mean? With bears, without bears, or without the sun? Without bears. Who was the reigning English king during the bubonic plague known as the Black Death? King Edward III, King Edward II, or King Richard II? King Edward III. What is the chemical formula for water? H2O, O2H, or W2O? H2O. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid, what comes before safety needs? Psychological needs, love and belonging, or esteem? Psychological needs. When is the English festival where young children dance around a gaily decorated maypole to celebrate spring? May Day, March Day, or June Day? May Day. When is fox hunting season in the UK? It was banned in 2004 due to animal cruelty. In early November or in spring? It was banned in 2004. Who was the current monarch of the United Kingdom? King Charles III, Queen Elizabeth, or Prince Philip? King Charles III. Who are the 1%ers? Those with 1 drop of blue blood in their veins, those with an annual income of 600,000 or more, or Egyptian co-ops. Those with an annual income of $600,000 or more. What's the name of the quintessential Aussie spread that they can't live without? Vegemite, Marmite, or marmalade? Vegemite. Which popular Aussie pastime was invented by the Aboriginal Australians? Boomerang throwing, boxing, or cricket? Boomerang throwing. Who are the Auld Lang Syne that we take a cup of kindness yet on New Year's Eve? Old friends who are far from us, old friends who have died, or people we mingle with for old time's sake? Old friends who have died. What are the 3 R's of basic education? Reading, writing, and mathematics, reading, writing, and rote learning, or reading, writing, and arithmetic? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. Which cities are diametrically opposite each other on the world map? Lake Baikal, Russia, and the Straits of Magellan, Chile, Tauranga, New Zealand, and Jane, Spain, Hawaii, and the Okavango Delta in Botswana. Tauranga, New Zealand, and Jane, Spain. What is caterwauling? Cats fighting, making shrill howling noises, or cats gossiping? Making shrill howling noises. Lisa Marie Presley was once married to the king of pop. Who was it? Elton John, James Brown, or Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson. Which type of ulcers develop in the stomach lining? Arterial ulcers, duodenal ulcers, or gastric ulcers? Gastric ulcers. How does an overheated body cool itself? Through sweating, with ice cold drinks, or by chilling the body in the freezer? Through sweating. How does the moon cause the tides on Earth? The sun's gravitational pull, the moon's gravitational pull on the sun, or the moon's gravitational pull on Earth? The moon's gravitational pull on Earth. What is the name of the process where plants make their own food using light energy? Respiration, photosynthesis, or expiration? Photosynthesis. Why were death masks made of kings and other personages right after their death? For posterity and sculpting statues in their likeness, to cover their faces in case of disease, or they were included in the tombstones. For posterity and sculpting statues in their likeness. Which X Factor UK judge is renowned for his brutal and sometimes nasty comments to the auditionees? Simon Cowell, Sharon Osbourne, or Nicole Scherzinger? Simon Cowell. What do millennials really mean when they respond to their grandparents with "Okay, boomer"? To agree with what was said, it's a form of encouragement, or it's a dismissive retort to boomers' attitudes. It's a dismissive retort. And we are on question 60. Who became the reigning monarch in Denmark after Her Majesty Queen Margaret abdicated on January 14, 2024? King Frederick IX, King Frederick X, or Crown Princess Mary? King Frederick X. What name did Ptolemy give to the city of Amman, Jordan, after the name Rabbath Ammon by the Ammonites? Petra, Phuket, or Philadelphia? Philadelphia. When did it last snow in the Sahara Desert? In 2017, in 2022, or in 1979? In 2022. How long had it been before the first ever gondoliera got her license in Venice? 500 years, 900 years, or 100 years? 900 years. Which week-long celebration of samba dance culture and elaborate costumes started in 1723? The Rio Carnival in Rio de Janeiro, the Carnival of Santa Cruz in Spain, or the Carnival of Venice? The Rio Carnival in Rio de Janeiro. Where in the Middle East is the price of a liter of gas cheaper than the price of a liter of bottled water? Iraq and the UAE, Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, or Oman and Bahrain? Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. What is singular about the Al-Badawi olive tree in Bethlehem? It's about 2,023 years old. Its olive fruit glows with inner light, or it's about 5,000 years old. It's about 5,000 years old. In the War for the Planet of the Apes 2017, who was this genius ape who was planning vengeance for his family's murder? Koba, Caesar, or Bad Ape? Caesar. Which type of water is wrongly alleged to reduce the acidity of the body as well as prevent cancer and bone loss? Infused water, sparkling water, or alkaline water? Alkaline water. Which anonymous British street artist was responsible for the untimely shredding of one of his paintings at a Sotheby auction? Royd, Dry Breads, or Banksy? Banksy. What was an unintended consequence of China's one-child policy? The sex ratio skewed heavily female, it skewed heavily male, or there were enough men to care for aging parents? It skewed heavily male. What did Jesus mean when he advised, "Do not cast your pearls before swine" in Matthew 7:6? Don't wear pearls while among swine. Ensure that your pearls have secure backing, or don't preach the gospel to closed minds. And the last one is the answer. Don't preach the gospel to closed minds. Which country's name arose from Kanata, the Iroquois Huron word for village? Canada, Kanata village, or New France? Canada. Which UK politician is richer than the King of England? Rishi Sunak, Duke Hugh Grosvenor, or Gopishant Hinduja? Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister. Where are aircraft banned from flying overhead in respect to the location? Machu Picchu, Peru, Singapore, Shanxi, or Bengaluru, South India? Machu Picchu, Peru. How did New Zealanders get their kiwis name? From the kiwi fruit, from a river in New Zealand, or from their national bird, the kiwi bird? From their national bird, the kiwi bird. What is Russian roulette? A high-stakes casino game, a game of chance using a loaded revolver, or an arcade-style mall game? A game of chance using a loaded revolver. What's the name of the red dot that a Hindu wife places on her forehead to show her status? Bindi with an H, Bundi, or Bindi without an H? Bindi with no H. Where did biryani come from? Persia, Pakistan, or India? Persia. Other than Gollum, which other cinematic creatures has English actor Andy Serkis been voicing and acting? Caesar, Sonny, and Parzival, Davy Jones, Thanos, and Koba, or Caesar, Balu, and Supreme Leader Snoke? Caesar, Balu, and Supreme Leader Snoke. Which theory posits that the more a robot resembles a human in movement and appearance, the greater revulsion the human feels for it? The uncanny feeling theory, the canny valley theory, or the uncanny valley theory? The uncanny valley theory. What is the name of that mute human-like mud figure that a rabbi can conjure into life using Hebrew letters? Nephilim, Golem, or Shedim? Or Shadim? Golem. Question 82. What should you expect when you drink natural mineral water? Hydration, minerals, and digestion aid. Hydration, minerals, and it's cheap to buy, or there are no health benefits. Hydration, minerals, and digestion aid. Which South African model and paralegal was murdered by her Paralympic athlete boyfriend in 2013? June Steenkamp, Riva Steenkamp, or Ailey Alps? Riva Steenkamp. Which film won the Golden Globe 2024 award for Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement? Oppenheimer, John Wick Chapter 4, or Barbie? Barbie. What is the best exercise time for women who want to lower their blood pressure or lose belly fat? In the morning, in the evening, or in the afternoon? In the evening. What is the name of the circle of a snake eating its own tail? Ladon, Ephesus, or Ouroboros? Ouroboros. What's the best exercise time for men who want to improve their metabolic and heart rate? In the evening, in the morning, or in the afternoon? In the evening. What does the horrifying new acronym from Gaza, WCNSF, stand for? Wounded Child, No Surviving Family, Wounded Children, No Surviving Family, or Wounded Child, No Surviving Friend? Wounded Child, No Surviving Family. What is the name of this inevitable effect that occurs when the more that you're trying to hide something, the more attention you draw to it? The Barbara effect, the Streisand effect, or the Santa Barbara effect? The Streisand effect. What is the name doctors use to describe a person who had never suffered from COVID-19? A Movid, a no-cov, or a novid? A novid. Because the fun Barbie and Stayed Oppenheimer movies were released on the same day, people went to town with these viral memes. What was the name of this social media trend? Barbenheimer. Which teen spent weeks in 2018 standing outside her parliament with a sign that translates to "Schools Strike for Climate"? Naomi Wadler, Greta Thunberg, or Malala Yousafzai? Greta Thunberg. Who contributed the delicious concept of battered and deep-fried fish to England's national dish, fish and chips? The Dutch, Edward Gurnier, or Sephardic Jews? Sephardic Jews. Which brilliant man put fish and chips together in 1863 and sold it out of a wooden hut in Lancashire? Joseph Muslin, John Lees, or Harry Ramsden? John Lees. Question 95. Which day that comes up once a year is set aside for donating and volunteering to worthwhile causes? Giving Tuesday, Giving Thursday, or Giving Sunday? Giving Tuesday. Is the grass really greener on the other side? No, it's just a matter of perspective. Yes, because it's watered regularly, or no, it has never been. Yes, because it's watered regularly. What's the name of the sport where you sail in freezing weather? Frostbiting, fold boating, or ski joring? Frostbiting. As an upgrade to the caught red-handed oldie, what does caught in 4K mean? Caught with a video camera in hand, caught with very incriminating evidence, or taking high-resolution videos? Caught with very incriminating evidence. How many species of apes are featured in the Planet of the Apes trilogy? 4, 2, or 8? 8. Question 100. How do flamingos get their pink color? They are born that way, they change when they mature, or from a diet of algae and brine shrimp? From a diet of algae and brine shrimp. And bonus question. Which soft, lightweight cotton fabric was first woven in Mosul? Muslin, satin, or lace? Let us know the answer in the comments as well as how you did. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.